What's up, traders? So there's some amazing things happening in the market as we speak, and most people are focused on stocks that are at all-time highs. But while the crowd is chasing those stocks, the smart money is quietly rotating into 4 stocks that are flashing massive buy signals right now. Today, I'm ignoring the hype and showing you where the real value is hiding. Now, if you're new to the channel, my name is Rashad. I am a full-time options trader, and I make the bulk of my income from the stock market. But please do me a huge favor, hit that like button. And do remember, this is not financial advice, nor is it a recommendation to buy, sell, or hold any equities or options contracts. All trading comes with risk. And y'all know me, as always, I start with the word of God that deals with money, wealth building, or business. And today's word will come from Luke 6:38, and it says, "Give, and it will be given to you. A good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over, will be poured into your lap." And the easy to read version states, "Generosity often comes back in return." So be a good steward with your money, help those out who are in need, make sure you do your tithing, as there is a good chance that that generosity is returned back to you. But speaking of people who are handling their business, I have to shout out members of the Trade to Freedom community. And Morris says, "So far, I am up $32,424.69 for January. I'm still learning, and this is all off of selling puts. Thanks, Rashad, for the information, and to the community. Knowing how to trade options like this has removed tons of stress about the fears of being laid off again. If I can continue doing this monthly, I may remove myself from the job force and go start living more while being financially free." And Morris, congratulations to you for such a fast start for the year. And you are totally right. We are not doing this solely for the money. It's for the freedom to be able to do what we want, when we want, with who we want, for how long we want. And that is what I consider the first tier to wealth. But then the second tier is being able to bless anyone at any time with anything. And so shout out to you, Morris. You are off to an amazing start for the year. And then Christian says, "I joined the community because I wanted to be more consistent with options trading. I wanted to simplify the options world while working a 9 to 5. Whenever you pay for something, you want to see a return. And I want to share my gratitude for the return this community has provided. I started tracking my trades in detail on the first of the year, 21 days ago, on only trades posted by Rashad. I've profited 2x what I've paid to join. 3 weeks, y'all. 3 weeks, and this investment has paid for itself 2 times over. Not even counting the other trades I made myself based on what I learned." Thank you, Rashad, and thank you to everyone for sharing their wins, losses, lessons, and ideas. Christian, that is amazing, man. Good job. And I can't wait to see the transformation that you make in 2026. But listen, guys, if you know anybody who is also looking to trade to freedom, tell them about the community. The link is below in the description. They'll get my trades, they'll get access to the course, they'll get access to me, and access to ask me questions at any given time, and also be within a community of other traders who all have the exact same goal. So I would love to help you trade to freedom. And I just want to mention this one last time before the price changes. But due to the extreme demand, we are nearing 350 members in this amazing community. And I want to be able to make sure I give everybody their individual attention. And so on January 24th, this Saturday, the price will go up. And so if you have been on the sidelines thinking about joining, today is the perfect day to do so you can lock in the current price before it goes up on the 24th. All right, but that's that. Now let's get down to business. Well, as many of you know, over the weekend, Donald Trump threatened new tariffs on any country that opposed the U.S. taking over Greenland, and that caused huge volatility in the markets on Tuesday, with the markets going down by 2%. And then yesterday, Trump announced that he has come to a framework of an agreement with the members of NATO that will cause for him to back off of the tariffs that he had just said will be going into effect on February 1st. Well, as soon as that happened, the market shot back up, and that bullish activity has been continuing to go on today. And now we are right back near all-time highs again. But there are 4 stocks that I'm paying very, very close attention to as we speak that have already been oversold and could be going up from here. And I will be looking at bullish option strategies on pretty much most of these stocks. And so the first stock is Netflix, ticker symbol NFLX. Now, of all of the stocks that I'm going to mention, this is probably the one that still needs the most time in order to turn around. And I'll show you what I mean when we look at the charts. But Netflix just had their earnings, and they did great for their earnings. All right, Netflix hits 325 million subscribers for the first time, beats earnings as revenue also tops $1.5 billion for the quarter. Now, typically this would be amazing news, and we would likely see them have a green day right after earnings. Well, that didn't happen. And the main reason for this is Netflix will continue to have a dark cloud above it as long as they continue on this fight to get Warner Brothers. All right, investors do not like the unknown, and it is unclear how this Warner Brothers deal will work out because something seemingly changes every single week. And then also, during their earnings, Netflix announced that they were going to halt their buyback program in order to save up money for the Warner Brothers acquisition, seeming as it looks like they are now planning on paying all cash for the deal. And so until this deal is done, I do not expect Netflix to recover too much. All right, I wouldn't be surprised if it starts consolidating here soon just because it's gone down so much. However, an uptrend may still take a little bit more time. Now, looking at Netflix on the daily candles, we can see it hit a peak of about $134 back in June of last year. And then essentially for the next 6 months, it's pretty much gone in a downward direction. Now, we can see it is at the very bottom of its Bollinger Band, so definitely at the bottom of its range. But one thing I do want to point out is that this $80 level, where it's nearing right now, was a pretty strong level of support. All right, so going back to April 7th, that's where it bounced off of with the whole tariff drama of last year, was this $80 level, right? 80 to 82-ish. And so it'll be interesting to see if it still treats that level as a level of support. Now, if I switch over the candles to the weekly candles, you can see this stock is extremely oversold if we look at the stochastic. All right, the stochastic is down to a level of 2.88. Now, if you're not familiar with the stochastic, it's just a momentum oscillator. And so quite simply, when the stochastic is pointing upwards, that means the stock has upward momentum. When it's pointing downwards, that means the stock has downward momentum. And anything below 20 is considered the oversold area. And then anything above 80 is considered the overbought area. And so we are deep into oversold area at 2.8, all right? Because it goes from 0 to 100. So we're all the way at 2.8. And so it is drastically oversold at this point. Now, I shared this before, but I want to share it again because this is something I posted within our community. But I show here on this chart that the last time Netflix was this oversold was right before it went on a 3-year run from basically $20 to about 135. All right, so I wrote Netflix is 20% below its 200-day moving average for only the 15th time since 2005. The history is the win rate 12 months later, the stock is up 86% of the time with an average return of 93.5%. The warning is the average max drawdown during the recovery was 32.6%. So the takeaway is history says buy the dip, but volatility is likely. When the stochastic reverses, I will attack with leaps. Okay, now, like I said, this is one that you will have to be patient on, right? Because I posted this post back when Netflix was $89 and now it's like $83. And so it's always good to use your patience. One of my favorite Warren Buffett sayings is the stock market is a tool to transfer wealth from the impatient to the patient. So you definitely want to use your patience on this one specifically and just wait for that stochastic to start pointing upwards. All right, when this starts coming back upwards and crosses back above that value of 20, that is likely where I may start taking advantage of leaps. All right, so don't feel like you need to try to jump in and time the bottom. Trust me, you're probably not going to hit the bottom anyway, so you might as well wait for the indicators to tell you that it's a go. Now, what am I doing right now with this stock? I am actually doing what's called a covered strangle. All right, I recently purchased shares and that's what makes it covered, but I'm also selling a call above it, which makes it a covered call. And then I'm also selling puts below it. And so I'm essentially agreeing to buy more shares when I'm selling the put, and I'm agreeing to sell the shares that I already have by selling the covered call. But as long as it stays within that range that I set, then I make money from both sides at the same time. Okay, and so that's what I'm doing right now, and I posted all those trades in the community. However, when the stochastic starts to go upwards, then I will be looking at leaps. Now, the second stock is Robinhood, ticker symbol HOOD. Now, I'm very interested in Robinhood because it is currently at a very strong level of support, and we'll get into that in just a second. But here, this article from Simply Wall Street says Robinhood broadens revenue sources with prediction markets and Bitstamp deal. Now, every indication right now says that Robinhood is the leader when it comes to prediction markets. And this is a market that is going to continuously grow over and over. And every data that we have that Robinhood has put out shows that they are making more money every single month from this market. And they're already doing amazing with their other sources of revenue. And so if they can remain the leaders in the prediction markets, that is going to increase their top and bottom lines by so much that they will not be able to be ignored. Now here we're looking at the chart for Robinhood, and we're on the daily candles, but we can see here I pointed out that it has clear support around that $100 to $105 level. All right, if we go back 6 months ago, we can see it hit it, bounced up, hit it, bounced up, hit it, bounced up, stayed up for quite some time, then retested it again around November. And here it is testing it now, and we can see that it is up slightly today. And so it is at a very strong level of support. And then on top of that, we have the 200-day moving average, which is right here at 102. And so this is the time to get even more aggressive with your trades. Now, if we come in and we look at the weekly candle, then we can see it has entered into that oversold area, right? It just came just below 20 because it is having a down week, although it is up for today. And so what I'm doing with Robinhood from here is I am selling puts and selling credit spreads in order to collect premium because it is at such a close level of support. But as soon as this starts to turn around and go back upwards, then I will enter leaps and poor man covered calls at that time. All right. And so that is Robinhood. And if you want to get access to trading Robinhood, but using a cheaper stock, you can use ticker symbol ROBN. We can see here it's a 2x leveraged ETF to Robinhood. And so it moves 2 times the daily move of Robinhood, but it's only 47 bucks. So if you have a smaller account, it's something that you can utilize, but do remember that this is a leveraged ETF. And so it will be 2 times more volatile than Robinhood. All right. So you want to make sure you still select some conservative strike prices when you are trading this stock. And the third stock is Apple, ticker symbol AAPL. Now, this is a stock that I don't typically talk about too much on this channel, but now it's starting to get to a point that it is looking like a very good opportunity. And so this article just came out a few days ago, but it says Goldman Sachs reiterates the buy rating on Apple stock and recent decline. And so let's go ahead and take a look at the chart. Now we can see that this stock has clearly had quite the selling off. It hit a high of $288 back on December 3rd, and it's pretty much been in a downtrend ever since. All right, so now it's at the very bottom of its Bollinger Band. Now it looks like it's trying to hold on to that $250 level. But if we take a look at the weekly candles, we can see Apple is well within that oversold area. Now, if Apple ends this week down, this will be the first time Apple has sold off for 8 straight weeks in over 2 years. And so this could be a massive buying opportunity for Apple. And if we look at analyst targets for Apple, there are currently 42 analysts that are covering it, and they still have it as a moderate buy with a mean target of about 289. All right, so they do see a nice upside to Apple. And then some analysts have it all the way up to 350. And even the most bearish of analysts has it at 230, which is not too far from where it's at right now. So that's pretty good to see. And taking a look at the options data for Apple, it has an implied volatility of 27%. So that's pretty low, even though it's a bit higher than what its historical volatility is. But just in general, Apple is not that volatile. And so typically when I'm trading Apple, it's a pretty good stock to do buying strategies on. And so leaps are definitely good, and I'll probably be entering into some poor man covered calls here soon. But I like what I am seeing from Apple. And the fourth stock is SoFi, ticker symbol SOFI. Now, if you're familiar with the channel, you know I love SoFi. I've been trading it for so long. It's kind of like my personal money printer. But this article came out exactly a month ago from today. But Steven here, who is a veteran analyst, picks SoFi as his top stock. But if I scroll down a little bit and point out the important points of this article, it says Steven named SoFi Technology as his top stock pick for 2026, and he gave it a price target of $36 with long-term potential of reaching 100. All right, but Steven is a veteran analyst, and he has been known to be very early on the stock picks for both AMD and Palantir. All right, but Steven says an optimal buy zone is $23 to $20.60 range if there is any short dip, but he has his price target set to $36. Again, with long-term being $100. And the article says this optimism aligns with other big institutions raising their targets. JP Morgan and Chase, for instance, just hiked their target price to $31 early last December. Now, if you just watched the video that I posted earlier this week on SoFi, I pointed out that it was right at a level of support that was very strong, which is the $25 level. All right, again, it has a very clear range right now of 25 to 30. All right, and it's pretty much stayed within that range for the most part over the last 4, almost 5 months. And so every single time it hits that $25 mark, it typically bounces back up, which that might be what we're seeing right now, as it did come down to hit that $25 mark yesterday, and now it is up. All right, so it is at the bottom of its range, and both I and the community have been eating off of that $25 strike put for quite some time, because it's just continuously worked over and over and over again for us. But if we go ahead and take a look at the weekly candles, we can see of all of the stocks that I discussed earlier in this video, this is the one that is not in the oversold area already. However, the stochastic is at the lowest point it's been since basically just after the April tariff drama of last year. All right, so this is looking like an opportunity for SoFi as well, but they will have earnings next week, and so we will see how that goes and how the market reacts to it. But as you guys know, I will continue trading SoFi no matter what, as I think it is an amazing company. But guys, let me know if you are trading any of these stocks down below. And if you've happened to made it through this entire video and you just so happen to be watching this video on Monday, January 26th, write in the comments, happy birthday, coach, and I'll try to respond to as many people as possible. But I appreciate you guys. And again, if you know anybody who is looking to join the Trader Freedom community, tell them to join today, because the price will be going up here very shortly. But I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.